What is up, everybody? Alright, let's see what Christmas has got in store for us today. Oh crap, I'm in the middle of a stage. A little loud on the music there. Alright. Probably a farming stage. That is indeed a farming stage. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna do here? Right, Lancer node. We'll do the main story after this. I can't believe that, like, we're gonna have like 2 days to farm an actually good node for the like lottery event. Like, what? Like, how did this happen? Like, I really wanted a good lottery event because then I could get this Thinno account like ready to go. Is it 4? That's better, but I mean that's still not very good. Like, oh, it's not absolutely shit. Just a little shit. I need to get like 40 skill gems on this Thinno account, but I don't know if I have the nerve to do that in 4 days. Especially that, considering that account doesn't even have Spartacus yet. I miss Gwane's old MP line. Oh, he's almost Bond 11. How about that? I wonder how close he is. We do get a new node today. Hopefully that'll be decent. Honestly, I might go on my main account and fight the dragon some today. That seems like a lot more fun than this crap. Or we go to NA and we use Chats units versus, because I've got the dragon on NA as well. Because that was fun using Chats units against Lubia. So we could do some of that. That seems a lot more entertaining than whatever the hell is going on in this event. Okay, main story. They sometimes drop mats, so I'll do that. I have to bring Martha. God damn it. Why you like this game? That is so not a QP team, but whatever. I'll fix that later. Whose animations do I want to see right now? See if we can do something fun with Martha. That is a shitty Hans, by the way. It was like 566, I think. I'm looking forward to using Martha versus real content, though. I think she's going to be decent. I don't know where she's going to size up, though, against like Nash and Hans and all that. I wonder if she'd be good with Mori, just because she's another way to get Star Bomb and some damage in there, potentially. What class are we even fighting? Assassin. There's like no fun to be had against assassins. Blood Axe it is. Where am I gonna get stars from? There's Shakespeare. I don't know why I'm putting all this effort. This is probably the biggest joke stage that ever was. And I'm over here trying to get big crits on Blood Axe. There we go. I could give her 20-30. If I have a second one. Surely I do. This is a very old account. Oh god. Do I not have another 2030? After like 5 years or whatever? Okay, there's the one. Yeah, I like how I have 2 of the Amakusa one, which that one's not even that old. I think I only have one 2030. Well, wolves of whatever the fuck. Get Bond on Atalante. Alright, now we're gonna kill a mob with like 10,000 health, because that was worth the effort. I got little sleep last night because a dog kept howling. Oof. I didn't sleep great last night either, but there was really no reason for it. Can get 30% battery. We have no stars right now. Can't do anything impressive yet. So this event is like there's monsters in our refrigerator. We should kill them. That's pretty much what this boils down to. Blood X, please. Alright, I can now get all of the value next turn. Let's see if we even need it. We do not. But I'm going to do it anyway. Nice getting Star Absorb on a Berserker, though. Man, I'm excited though to see what she's going to be like when you can use her NP really easily, like with the passive and all that. Now, see, if this enemy was actually tough, we'd be able to fuck him up right now. I guess we'll do the smack then NP just for the fun of it. Wow! I think that was like well over 100k on that Buster. Okay. Shadow, thank you for the 9 months as we sit here beating up refrigerators. That was quite a lot of damage, and we don't have an event bonus or any of that. What a sophisticated language, indeed. I wish you a good night's sleep, Mr. Streamer. Kinda got that. One of these days I'll get sleep. Need to use my Blood Axe versus the dragon. See him versus like Darius. Have we done Blackbeard versus the dragon? I think we have. I bet you he did pretty well. For AoE anyway. Oh, it's getting... We're getting into the freezer now. Okay, they have more health now, but it's only these 3. And I have no Blood X cards right now. Do it next turn. Yeah, I want to look at this. How did Blackbeard do against the dragon? Dragon bullying history. I love it. Okay, that's NA. We need JP. AoE Rider. Is he not? Did he not make the list though? I don't see him on here. Europa, Herbertrod, Martha, Red Hair, Camilla, Da Vinci. Yeah, we may not have ever documented it. Crap. Or we did it on NA, but I want to do it on JP. There's more upgrades and command codes and all that here. Let me check NA. Lancer, AoE Rider, there we go. We did Achilles, Medusa, Martha, Mordred. There's Blackbeard. He made it to 830k. I feel like we can do better than that. That is a really good Blackbeard though. He was level 100, Golden Sumo, 10, 10, 10, all that. Interesting. I feel like we can do better though. Like, I mean, that's good for a 2-star that's AoE, but still. I'd like to get him to like 700k. I think that would be pretty good. All right, can I NP? I can. This looks so glitchy when you do the fast mode skills. It looks like kind of awful. 69 stars. Only you could save that extra 19 for the next turn. Alright, I'm gonna do slow-mo so I can actually see the damage this time. Wow, 161. Pretty easy to set that up too. Although you normally wouldn't put that many eggs in one basket. If I could crit after the NP, I would do a lot more damage though, because it'd be further in the chain, so it'd get a bigger damage bonus, and I'd have the attack up from his overcharge. Yeah, I think when we're done with these main quests, I might do one free quest to get our AP used up, and then I think we'll fight the dragon on NA. That sounds like fun. Oh yeah, I need to make a video for Poseidon too. I'll just do story support, get FP. Yeah, Cairo had a rough stream yesterday. There's 9 enemies. This may not be the best setup for that. I'll get the attack up now then. Do some normal card stuff here. She's probably not gonna do 23k. So close. I should have had her attack the 19k one. This could have been so much better. Oh my god, we killed 1. Great. Good use of our stuff. Oh, we're in slow-mo. Look at them triple attacking Blood Axe. Not that they did any damage, because they're level 11. Blood Axe really liking that third hand. They could have at least made this one of those stages where the enemies instantly refill. That'd be kind of unique. Those stages are kind of fun. Peak content right here, yeah. Pretty bad event, man. I don't know what to say. Guess I'll NP. No, use the buster cards while you got them. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Let's see if we can kill 3. Damn it, Blood Axe! Everybody's so close to doing it right, but they're all doing, and we didn't crit with a 70%. And look, we only killed 1 mob again. Just lock the freezer now. Just keep him in there. I should do the quick cards. We could have won this turn. Level 16, chat. They went from level 10 to 16. How are we ever gonna keep up with this power creep? What? Give me Shakespeare. So it's up to Qingong. 84K. Come on, Qingong. You got that one buster up. Oh! Qingong, not disappointing. I don't know how he got a catapult inside of a refrigerator, but pretty big refrigerator. Zeus ain't got nothing on these guys, true. What on earth are we keeping in here? Oh wait, I'm not supposed to be skipping the story. That's like the whole reason we're doing this. Whoops! Well, I'm not gonna lie, the story's pretty shit, so... I read a little bit online, it's just... typical filler stuff. Just gonna do the same team until it doesn't work. I'm excited to go fight the dragon. I think that's gonna be a good time. Okay, hi Columbus Egg for some reason. I don't even... Actually got a decent amount of health. And I have no way of doing damage this turn. Ditch the dot, put the max HP up. We'll fuck it up next turn. I feel like my first turn has been bad every time. Oh, this is a creature that they made. Okay, the dream is we kill it here and then we NP it next turn. I don't need the star bomb either, actually. Look at his great animations. Don't you guys feel like it's so like lore accurate and really captures the essence of Blood Axe? We have attack down and he's still fucking us up. Oh, he removed our damage cut defense up, I see. Look at him having gimmicks. We actually did a nice little 1-2 punch here. And if he was stronger, this would have still worked. I'm hoping it survives the NP. It did not. Wanted to use the attack up from the NP with the buster. It drops eggs. I see what they did there. Hey, Cobb. And thank you for the Twitch Prime buff. Oh, was it Goduko, whatever the nickname for the MC. But thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. As we sit around twiddling our thumbs, but we'll get to something interesting in a second here. Kentucky in a freezer. Is that it? Is that all we got for today? Yep, that is. Alright, we'll do the one free quest, and then we'll go to NA and have some fun. This way I'm not whiffing AP more than I need to be. Any chance someone's got a limit broken CE? I doubt it. My ult does, because it doesn't need them very much, so I'm just using it on my main account. But, this is the ult account, so that doesn't really help me. This will probably work again. It's a little slow, because you have to click buttons kind of unnecessarily. I can speed it up if I make this, like, K-scope. Actually, because I have Gwen's passive, he can... Oh, it's not maxed. Once it's maxed, he can turn 1 NP with that. Without using his third skill. You know, Nitocris is actually pretty great in these kinds of events where you have to bring a lot of CEs. So you're not necessarily getting your NPs easily. Been refreshing a lot. Yeah, I need to remember to log into my ult periodically so people can actually summon it. Too bad I don't actually need the FP over here, but still. I need the FP on my main account pretty bad. I probably should have buffed. I should have buffed. That one enemy actually has 40k health, although they are berserkers, so... Then never mind. What am I thinking? Click all of the buttons. I actually don't have to click that many buttons compared to yesterday. The real question is, can Spartacus do 90k here? Yeah, I'm gonna really try to force myself to grind really hard once the good node is available, because I need skill gems on the Steno account and my main account, so I gotta just do it. I just wish we got like hero proofs or void dust, bones, something like that from the lottery. Maybe the final node though, maybe it'll drop something good. I should get, if I do this again, I should give Spartacus that buster up, because Gwen's not gonna need it. Do you think anybody out there has got a level 100 2k Fode Arash and a level 100 2k Fode Spartacus? Because that is like so universal for farming, because normally when that kind of setup doesn't work, it's when the enemies just have too much health, but if they're both 2k Foe and level 100, that's gonna work pretty much all of the time. And then hell, if you go 120 on both, it'll start working on single target nodes. That's gotta be wild. It's like, I don't need any of that rare stuff. Level 100 Gilius. I don't know about that one. There's a big drop off in effectiveness between the first 2 units and then that 3rd unit. Alright, let's go to NA. That's enough of the farming. Let me change the stream title here. Alright, chat, what do you got? We'll remove everybody and then let people send invites again, yada yada. Any reason they decided to time lock the nodes in an event that lasts a week? Because they don't like fun, or farming, apparently. I don't know what to say. It's like, they're trying to stretch out the story of an event that no one cares about the story in, right? This is a very brief filler event, and they're trying to make it like last until 6.5, but no one cares about it anyway. So just let people farm. If they're gonna make us suffer, at least let us farm by suffering. Alright, if I'm removing you right now, you can send in another one, and then as I add people, when I use their unit, I'll remove them, so then we can add more people still. We'll just kind of try to keep the thing rolling. If somebody can do the command for FCNA, that should get put up my friend code. As I click the deny button a million times. That is a Medea right there. That one can do like 33k damage with her NP, chat. I wish I was kidding, but that's probably what she would do to the dragon. If she doesn't have like Black Grail or a limit broken formal craft or something crazy like that, she's probably just gonna do like 33k, 35k, maybe 36k. Like, oh man, it's not great. One SQ, that'll get him. Alright, we will do this stage once with someone that's already on my friends list, and then we'll see the invites. Too bad we don't have an interlude down thing. Alright, and whatever you want me to use, put it in the all slot, and by the way, if it's an archer, that's going to be really boring and no one cares, so archers and berserkers and rulers are kind of but if you want to use one, you can. Hold on a second, I have to clean my glasses because I can't see a damn thing. I'm glad Tyro's not here. Alright, I'm back. What are we gonna use here? Not that. Absolutely not that. We already did this with Merlin. Also, nice non-limit broken Maiden Halloween. There's Cobb right there. Okay. He's not even level 100, but we'll see what happens. I'm thinking default, because what are we gonna do? Reduce the cooldowns on his skills? Like, nice skills, Broad. Doesn't even have his second skill buff yet. Trash. I'm working on him. Well, work faster, damn. Now I'm just being a brat. Okay, we actually probably could have started with a non-starting NP CE, that kind of opening hand. I forgot to bring a Rosh. I haven't done this in a while. Well, hopefully we get really lucky. Did he do 9k? I feel like he's not gonna do 9k event level. No, okay, alright. He did 11, underestimating. He didn't kill the second one though, so we're still gonna take damage. I'll probably just CS to make up for that mistake, me not bringing a Raj. 65 Golem, but it's silver, versus a 70 Golem that's bronze. Which one do I think will do more damage? I'll say the 65 one. Oh, it's 12k. Maybe the Golem will double buff? Nope. Imagine using a CS for that. But it's just to make up for the mistake. Ooh, two crit stars off that quick card, and then oh, so good. And we got 2 stars off the command code. That would have made 9 stars if it wasn't for the command code, by the way. My second skill doesn't do anything. Got the NP up on his Buster. I guess we'll do Buster first. Chat, we got attack up and NP up. Very powerful. 30k. Chat, I don't. And he instantly gets crit. And he instantly gets crit again. The dragon is insulted that we're using such a bad unit. Richard's not having any of this garbage. Can I at least get another NP off? Guys, we had our attack down though, so it did less damage to us. That actually might have meant something if it wasn't a double crit. Oh no, chat, now we're gonna waste our double attack down because we stunned him. We're gonna lose because of that. That's gonna get us, chat. If only that hadn't happened and we could have stunned next turn or something, we would totally win. 18k. Guess I just art chain. Look at me putting that command code in the middle like it's gonna buff the other one. Oh, we're gonna crit, guys. 3,000 damage. Can I get my NP here? Uh-oh. No, that means I get my NP, but I take it back. You don't gotta do that. Alright, well, we're about to die, so I don't think we worry about NPing again. We just grab the attack down and do what we do. Can we make it to sub 1 million? Dude, he's doing like 200k at neutral against an AoE enemy that does less damage than most things. For real though, we probably would have died if it wasn't for our attack downs. Over this many turns, it probably bought us 2,000 health. I might actually be able to NP. I'll go for it. Come on, come on, crit. Yeah, got that crit up from the command code. Value. Great dragon fire. Oh my god, it's Buster down and our NP is Buster. It's over. Do I do the Buster even though I got Buster down? Yeah, I guess. 3k. Powerful. Maybe the dragon double buffs, and because of our double attack down, he doesn't kill us. Wait, we could live. Oh, the burn. Buff or low roll. Buff or low roll. Low roll. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't matter though. We die to the burn, but we get one more attack off. So this is about as good as it's gonna get for him. It's just downhill from here. This was the highlight of his entire life, chat. He has never had a happier moment than this, and that's like him failing, by the way. Okay, 966. I don't know, maybe that was better than I thought. I don't know if I really thought how far he was gonna get, but hey, we made it past 1 million. Hey, we don't have 20 invites. That means if someone actually wants to get in here, they can. That's like the first time that's happened. All right, what do we got? We got George, which I think we've done before, but that is a really nice George. Too bad you don't actually have your anti-dragon bonus like you're supposed to have lore-wise. We got Arthur, but that's kind of pointless because we've already done him on JP, and he's so much stronger on JP, and he hasn't got his buff yet. Jolter, that could be a fun one. I don't think we've actually done that. Good command codes, too. I probably will do that one because that guy clearly has respect. Gotta respect that. Look at that Kid Gill. What are we doing here? Medusa. All right, that's a big Medusa. I'm surprised you have a Medusa that big with no command codes. Well, you have one, but okay. We got Robo Mom. Copyright or terms of service violation there. Another terms of service violation there. Might do Attila, considering how well she did last time we tested units. Okay, out of the first up, I think we'll go with this one. This guy really prepared for this. Like, he went all in there. Alright, Arash this time. My NA account has some strange things on it. She might actually be able to get away with no starting NP. Because she gets 40 from the 2 dying, and then she has a 20 battery, so that's 60 guaranteed. So over those turns, she would only need to get 40, or actually 39 because of the roundup. That's not too bad. I mean, it's not the best either, but... St. George in lore has anti-dragon damage, but he doesn't have it in FGO. Maybe they'll buff his NP someday and add it. That'd be really cool. You probably wouldn't use the NP gain buff though before you made it to the boss. That'd be kind of bad. I want to pay attention to how much damage these golems do because of the 65-70 thing. Silver versus bronze. There's a little high rolling though, so it's kind of hard to tell. Can you guys not do that? So that's 2,200, but George has defense up. There's also alignment and all that nonsense, or not alignment, attribute. So because she got this good of a hand, she absolutely could have gotten her NP, and like had I don't know, Victor from the Moon or whatever the fuck. I'm gonna not do the Buster card though because I don't need it. I mean Art card because I want to save the Merlin command code. So I will make stars. Although I don't actually like killing this guy because it means I'll make less stars. I'll make less stars next turn because I have to be careful about not killing the golem. I'll kill the weaker golem then. It'd be hard to keep him alive that turn if she had so many cards. Good luck with the studying. Well, we didn't have any Star Gen worth a damn this turn anyway. Two stars. Chat, we're gonna crit, right? 20% chance to crit spread out amongst 5 cards. Okay, I don't know if I do my 3rd skill. Definitely do my 1st one, 2nd one, no question. I probably should have brought Atlas. Okay, I'm gonna try to loop though. I think I try to do another NP with the 3rd skill and then the attack up on that one and still have my 2nd skill. Although, actually, doesn't her 2nd skill have charges? No, it doesn't. Do I do that Buster card to get the extra NP damage? I don't think so. I think I do Buster Quick Art, and then after that we're gonna focus on Buster cards. Like, you get that 2nd NP, then it's all Buster memes. No. Respectable damage for not having our 3rd skill or the Mystic Code. That burn actually will add up. Can you stop? That's exactly what you did last time. We did loop though. But the crits, I think the crits are better than the NP damage. When we have that much damage up, I think that's the way to go. Pretty sure we're already way ahead of Gilius. Oh, absolutely. That didn't crit. At least that one did. Thank you for the 5 pennies, lost. Don't you crit me. Do I need to do my big evade? I think I try to get the value out of the one more hit evade. The one hit evade, and then I do the other one. We could die here, but I gotta at least try to get value. Oh, he burning. If we could just apply a burn plus here, it'd actually be incredible. Okay, we should live. If I do Merlin, we'll definitely get our NP. I guess we do that. Actually, it's not really a definite because we don't have our NP gain buff. Never mind, we got it. This is a pretty good performance for a Berserker. Some Berserkers can solo this, but they normally have like guts and things like that. And I don't know, with Atlas, she might be able to do it. She might need different command codes though, like maybe even healing or something. 20% guaranteed damage versus a 40% chance to crit with a crit up. Probably the 10% because there's a 60% chance the 40% won't crit. Also, we have faux pas on the 10%. That was lucky. Yeah, there's probably a way to actually solo this with her, I suspect. Anniversary Blonde is actually an option too, if you get lucky. We did get pretty lucky though. Yeah, see, if we had brought Anniversary Blonde on this run, I actually think we might have won. Because the dragon's just been really stupid. Nice, yeah. Alright, well, last turn for us. 20%, no crit chance. I think we put it last. Like, mathematically, that's better more times than not, although sometimes it's wrong. We get one more burn after we die here. At least we die to DNP. 222. Alright, she did about 1 million. Respectable. I'll keep her on my friends list for a second because I might use that again when with a different mystic code. What are we gonna do here? That's a big Antoinette. Too bad she's only NP1. That's rather unfortunate with her being unlimited and all that. Like, that's quite bad luck. What level is this person? 150! So they've been playing the game for a while. How did he only have an NP1 Antoinette? That's a lot of terms of service violations, by the way. Lancelot. He's got the Star Absorb on an art card, that's good. No Star Bomb though, and some of the good stuff for him is not out yet, but it's still good. She was my first gold, and you just never ever got her again, apparently. Surely you've gotten like other 4 stars, like the NP2 or higher, just through like spooks, right? I've been playing for 4 years. Yeah, that's pretty unlucky. We've already done Imia here like 1 million times. I make room here. MHXX, that's pretty interesting. That's really big too. Alright, we'll do that. Wait a minute. Didn't I just add that guy? And now it's fucking Phantom of the Opera? Did I just get you baited? I'm pretty sure that's the guy I just added, wasn't it? No, that's Cobb, but maybe, no, that's the Gilius, right, Cobb was the Gilius. I think their names are just something, yeah, that's the one I just had. He just switched it to Phantom. Oh, Lord. I might do that in a minute just for the lols, but, guys, the question is, would he do better or worse than the Gilius? Like, that actually needs to be answered. We need to figure this out. Yeah, this MHXX will wreck Fluffy. I mean, Emiya has straight up soloed the dragon and I don't think he was even level 100, so. That was probably before we did the list. But the thing is, there's almost no point in listing the archers because almost none of them fail to do it, so. Like, Billy can solo it. And no offense to Billy, but he's not exactly one of the 3 stars that punches above his weight class. He's kind of just a 3-star. Helena does? Okay, that's probably true. I think we did use Helena here, didn't we? I don't remember if she even won or not. But yeah, I could see her struggling. It's like her and Nobukatsu. And maybe Arash, but honestly a Grail Arash I'm pretty sure could do it if he was really upgraded. But Arash might struggle a bit just due to the nature of his kit. But other than those 3, I think it's pretty smooth sailing. It's okay if I kill one of these. Oh, I actually need NP gain. I think she has a 2-hit buster. Nope, that's like 4-hit. That was really good. That gets me my NP right now. I was expecting to have to get NP gain on this turn. Alright, we want Starjin. I could hit the middle one, so Stella hits 2 things. But there's Overkill. Overkill versus Stella, probably the Overkill. Listen to those sound effects, dude. I love it. Using Lancers here is actually pretty fun. We'll try to do that. Because we've got Lancers on the list, right? They don't normally win, but it's fun to see how they... It's actually really easy to see how they compare to each other because it's so out of their league. You can really see like their maximum performance. Okay, I did Atlas, so we definitely do this right now. I might actually just fire everything. No, she's got battery. I should probably save that. I think it's on her 3rd skill. I haven't used her in a while. Let me check. Yeah, it's 3rd skill. And we don't need the other effects anyway. Do I want the stars now? Yeah, just because, I can recast it sooner. I wish these Buster cards were swapped with the crit chance, because I could do the Buster to get the NP up, and then do my art, and then do art. But I guess I'll just do art, even though I have 200% crits. Beep beep. Guys, it's Slash Emperor. I would have loved it if that hit crit. That worked out. I can Star Bomb again next turn. Do I art again? Yep. Don't have Merlin this time, but it's still good. You know, this is Blaze Blue music that's playing, and I could see MHXX fitting into Blaze Blue for aesthetic. Would work there, I would say. I'll get my NP next turn no matter what. Do I want to save the stars for my NP turn? Yes, even though I'm whiffing a turn on the cooldown, I think that's best. So make stars here. I'm a little skeptical about my NP gain this turn. That may have been a little... Man, if that had crit, that would have bailed me out. Yeah, I should have done art. Or I should have done art quick art, I think. Damn, that sucks. That was a big mistake. Because then I should have just done the stars last turn, and now I'm whiffing. That was such a mistake, because if I don't cast my first skill, why did I even use Atlas? I actually think you don't use Atlas. If I do this again, I think you use Atlas after you've cast the skills twice. I think that'll line up better with like the boss's NP and stuff. Or you just bring default. Sometimes the cooldown reduction just doesn't work out the way that you want. I think I gotta reset. That's just that is a huge value loss right there. Because if I don't cast it, it's bad, and if I cast it, it's bad. Yeah, it's cool that they did roll back for Blaze Blue. A lot of people are playing it again because of that, which is nice. Blaze Blue is probably my favorite fighting game. Atrocious opening hand. George coming in here with that Star Djinn. I like Blaze Blue a lot more than Guilty Gear, to be honest. Guilty Gear is pretty dumbed down compared to Blaze Blue. And in some ways that's not a bad thing, but there's a lot of uniqueness and like depth with the characters in Blaze Blue that just is not present in Guilty Gear like at all. I just like the gameplay systems I like a lot more in Blaze Blue, and I like the characters more, but there are characters in Guilty Gear that I like. I really don't want to use that art card. This is a little risky. I'm not guaranteed to get my NP now. Never mind. Ugh, no Star Djinn. Damn. It's really nice to get stars there. Even if it's not a lot, you're going to use your second skill. So if you make 10 stars, 20 stars, 12 stars, whatever, combined with her second skill, it's enough to get crits going. But now it's kind of crap. Yeah, we made 3 stars. So I don't know about that. I actually made 1 star, and the passive gave us the other 2. Do I even use my second skill? I guess, and just hope we get lucky. That was not particularly lucky, but I can make that work. I'm tempted to do that Buster crit, but I want to put Merlin on cooldown as soon as possible so I can use him again. So why does the mech have bunny ears? What's the reason for this? Clearly they're antenna. Yeah, I'm gonna say that, Liz. I have a feeling it's not gonna sync up the way that I want. to hear better. 77. Pretty respectable for not having a first skill up there. Oh man, if this was JP, she could have her passive and she gets the anti-saber thing. Taking a lot more damage this time compared to the other one. That might only be worth doing if I had the Merlin command code. Lucky crit. Another lucky crit. Failed out. See, now I probably could use Atlas. Let me see. Is it okay to invulnerability here? Yeah. So if we had healing command codes, what we could do is invulnerability now, and then Mystic Code invulnerability the NP, and then by the time the next NP comes around, our first skill would be back the normal way. But, and we could still do that, but because we don't have healing from normal cards, and we've unfortunately taken more damage than normal here, there's no way we're making it to the next NP. We can use our third skill again, though. Might be able to loop. Man, if these fucking Buster... This happens every time with these Buster cards. I guess I just do art. It's good when I've got the battery anyway to go full MP gain. Double crit. Easily got our NP. Art, I guess. Either that or art and then the 40% crit. Or Buster than the 40% crit. Only this was threat to humanity. Oh yeah, her NP buff, right. You know, Lost, how strong is yours? Do we have anyone that's got one? I'd like to compare her to JT real quick to see how much of a difference the NP buff makes. That'd be pretty interesting to see. Like if someone's got, because this MHX is super strong, so if we've got one comparable to this on JP, I'd like to use that real quick and see how it does. Because this one's level 100 NP5. I don't know if it's 2K4 or not. Damn, I don't think we're gonna live to get our second skill back again, which means Atlas didn't actually do a whole lot. Make sure I get my NP no matter what. He's probably better with default than depends. Well, not if she could survive a little longer, like if she had some healing from command codes. Although the heal command code's not out yet because NA life. But yeah, if she had a little bit of healing, she probably could survive to get her skills back another time. Please crit. Nice. I might use yours anyways, Lost, just to see. Like, obviously she's weaker stat-wise, but it'd be interesting to compare. So, basically 450. Static when she dies. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get back to testing chat's units. But I really do want to see this. I think it's pretty interesting. Does she have her passive Lost? Because it'd be kind of fun to compare the much higher stats on NA versus all the bonus stuff on JP. It would not shock me though if she was fully maxed out on JP, if she could solo it. That would not shock me. I think she would. That's a pretty big bonus she gets from all of her stuff. Am I whiffing AP? I'm whiffing AP. Let me destroy some berserkers real quick. This setup should work. I don't really need to level any mystic codes. She does have it, awesome. This will give Lost a second though to do command codes while we slaughter some trash mobs. My stream title is such a lie right now, but this is just a quick diversion here. Hey, ball. Oh, is Edmund an event servant? That's kind of funny. Huh, I wonder why. I haven't noticed him in the story yet. I've only read a little bit of it though. Well, that'll make the final node pretty easy, I suspect. Throwing out 500k damage casually. I don't need to cast this stuff, but I'm doing it. Oh. That actually kind of sucked. I should have hit one of those mobs like one time so we got more overcharged. It's because they're berserkers, so you get less MP. 1 million, alright. Where is my CE drop on my main account? Alright, Dragon time. Okay, so this one is clearly not as upgraded, but got all these extra bonuses on JP. Kinda got a daring CE there. Gotta get a little lucky. Alright, my Arash is grailed, excuse me. Oh, there he is. I thought the archer slot was over by Robin, but it was not, excuse me. He has his passive, so he can actually NP without, like with a 50% starting NP CE, but that is completely unnecessary here. Doesn't have her first passive yet? Well, at least she's got her third one. You need 10, oh, you're missing 30 coins. Oof, that's quite a bit. So you'd have to, what, get bond 12? Ugh. Not a good start here. Oh, it's anti-moon cancer? Damn. Well, that actually means there's almost no difference between JP and NA for this fight then. It would be if we had our first passive, but that's actually the only passive we're missing, so... Yeah, actually there's not much of a difference. Because her first passive is the extra attack, and obviously we'll extra attack like 10 times, so it's pretty good. And we're not gonna get our NP because we've gotten no stars this entire time. We'll still do it because we bothered coming all the way over here, but there's like no difference now. It's just the NP buff, that's it. But the NP buff won't make up for the stat difference because the stat difference will pretty much add the damage that the NP buff would add. Because I think that other one might have been 2k foe, I'm not sure, but it was level 100, so that's already about 1,000 attack more than this one. At least we got NP gain there. Yeah, we do have a good CE, but I don't know if it's actually going to loot more. A lot of times what happens with CEs like that is it's not enough to get a turn sooner, and then either CE would get it on the next turn, right? And then you'll overcharge by more, and that's irrelevant. We'll see though. Because sometimes it does make the difference. It just depends on the unit and like the thresholds and stuff. Kind of unfortunate that we got Merlin there because we didn't actually need it. And we could have saved it. That is a very dead pile of rocks. Well, these two are no-brainers. We don't have Merlin this time. Do I want to sneak in the heal boost? No, I don't need to do that until next turn. Do I want to do the 80? Now we'll do Art. I'll just stick with it. She doesn't talk very much in this stage. Most of what she does is beep boop. But like her NP and her skills, she talks. Oh yeah, and the extra attack. See, this is what I'm talking about. The CE doesn't matter here. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because, like, if we didn't have it, we'd be at, like, you know, 75, 74%. It doesn't matter. We're still going to get our NP from doing our third skill. And we just overcharge by more, right? Like, it just doesn't do anything. And that happens a lot with CEs like this. And again, it depends on the unit. Some units are, like, consistently almost, like, looping, but not quite. And then it makes a difference. And like if I didn't have my third skill when we're at 82 like that, on the next turn I would get my NP no matter what. It wouldn't matter if I had the CE or not. So it's not really that good. It's not bad, but it's not like anything exceptional. Yeah, people really miss that a lot. There's a lot of CEs out there that people bring because like, oh, it'll help them loop, and it really doesn't. Like, it has almost no effect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Yang CE would work, but let's not do that. And see, right here, we'd have like 60, you know, 68%, and we'd probably get our MP from just attacking here regardless. Now, maybe I can do something really stupid, and we need heal boost on Buster, I think. There's like, you never use quick on her. What do we do? Might have to do a really bad combo Boy, when do you ever do that? But I think it's kind of worth here. Yeah, that was not a typical turn right there. They could have healed for 500 more, but there was just really no smooth way to do that quick card the turn prior. Ooh! Now, this might actually... the CE might actually let us loop right here, because with the crits, we're getting quite a lot of NP gain, and we don't have the battery this time. Nope. Maybe with the dragon if he crits us. Nope. Yeah, again, it's like if we had the other CE, we'd be at like 88, you know, 85, and we'd obviously get it next turn. So I don't think it's gonna buy us even a single NP. I can use my third skill, but again, I could do that at lower NP as well. Heal comes back next turn. Do I actually do quick? Just, yeah, I think I do. Living is good. We'll just pretend that's an art chain. If the quick card crits, this is actually totally worth it, and we're not really sacrificing anything. Oh, damn. Lost got that clairvoyance. Unfortunately, this turn is going to be a really garbage combo again. But there's not a lot I can do about that. So if I hadn't, like, if we didn't miss the command code that one time earlier, we would have 7,600 health right now. I forgot to cat. It didn't really matter, but I actually think she was going to do better than NA because she was pretty close and we had a lot of value left. But honestly, I think that's more because of the command codes than it is the NP buff. And like all the other things on JP are not applicable right now. We don't have the extra attack up. Our third passive doesn't do anything. So not much is actually. It's just the NP buff. I'm surprised it's the NP buff. The thing is, it's not though. It is the command codes. It is absolutely the command codes because the NP buff. She's doing almost the exact same damage she was doing on NA, but that's because that one was so much stronger. Actually, damage-wise, I think we're doing worse, just because our normal cards are definitely doing worse. But that healing twice like that is definitely enough to buy you an extra turn or two, and that's overall better. Good opening hand. I think I ignore the Buster. Well, we definitely got our NP now. Man, Chin Gong has got some long hair there. I kind of hate this game sometimes. The triple buffed. What are we doing here? Okay, what we'll have to do is just hope they kill Chin Gong, and then I might have to heal MHX with a command code so I don't waste more AP. Oh, this game sometimes, man. It's because they can't punch the luscious locks. Of course that's what you do. Oh, yeah, no. Do you want to do it again? Oh, yeah, kill the one that could taunt anyway. Great. This is going so well right now. I'm literally going to bust her to heal, because, I mean, what else am I going to do? Any day now, they're going to attack Chin Gong. That is not Chin Gong. Gentlemen. Good thing she's a foreigner, but this is only gonna last so long. How many turns is it gonna take them to attack Chin Gong once? There, and they crit. Big crush. Don't hit the rabbit. That took so much more effort than it should have. Our heal almost came back. What's the most star gen we can get? Probably that. Oh, we get big overkill. That's actually rather nice. That was the most scuffed intro to the Dragon stage ever. We're just lucky that we had a foreigner, otherwise she'd be in super bad shape here. So this sucks, because I can heal right now, but it's going to put my thing on cooldown, and then I'm going to be behind on healing, just because of that, like, ridiculous intro, but I don't really have a choice. I can't use Buster Card here, though. Bad luck. Bad luck. We really need that heal. Actually, I think we need that heal boost on an art card. I think we need it on the Star Absorb one. I think you do Merlin on one and heal boost on the other. I think that's overall better. Like, the art crits are nice, but making sure you get double heal boost twice, I think is way more important. And then the problem is, anytime I want to heal, I have to do the worst, like, hand ever. I have to do, like, quick art buster and crap like that, and that's terrible. Okay, our CE actually did something there. Now we don't use our third skill. Do I use this freebie to... Dude, this quick card is just... shit. I think I do that. Oh right, I could have command spelled for the heal, that's true. And I could have just made it like a normal setup then. I even said to do that, and I forgot. Insert green mana's old joke here. Now we use our third skill. Do I do the Star Bomb? Probably not, because I think I have to do the shitty... Yeah, I have to do that. Oh my god, I can't even... The hand that I'm doing right now... These command code placements... Not good! I would have been happy if that had crit. It is nice being able to heal for 2,000 like that, though. It's just a lot better if you can do cards that are good. Do I Atlas here? Unfortunately, everything got really wonky. I actually think this CE might be bad. Yeah, this is not good. This is a really bad run because we NP'd that time early, we're not actually getting our NP right now like we normally do, and so I can't cast my invulnerability, which means I'm just whipping it, which means I'm gonna die way sooner. I actually think she can solo this though. She just needs the command codes and the right cards and the right CE. Like, I definitely think she can do it. Okay, that's enough of that. That's like too scuffed. I don't want to deal with that. Most of my AP anyway. And we're supposed to be on NA right now. Alright. Wow, you don't see that every day. That's pretty rare. Trying to make room here for people. All right, BB's pretty unique. Got that Lancelot. I think we already didn't we solo this with her at some point? Got that George. I'm pretty sure we've done, but that is a really big George. We got Mecha Liz, but it is a Knight class, so it's pretty terrible for her. But that's a really upgraded Mecha Liz. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, we're definitely not doing waiver. I think we've actually soloed this with Nightingale. Lancer melt. Oh yeah, who had that? There was a Lancer here. I think it was Taiga. I guess they haven't gotten it in yet because there's too many people sending invites, but I definitely want to see Taiga. Alright, we'll do George. Really sucks that NA doesn't have the heal command code yet because they're supposed to have it before Lost Belt 5. And it's really applicable in this fight because it's such a long fight. You heal for like 4,000 to 6,000 with it generally. I can easily buy you a turn or two. 9,000 attack on George. He'd be over 10,000 if he had a DPS CE. Get it in like 4 days. Yeah, that's right, your Christmas event's coming up. Okay, I got an art chain. Good. I had to do a double take to make sure I knew which George was which. No George animation update. Man, George's animation update was already a year ago. My god, how did that happen? Not much NP gain here. Probably like 4, maybe 5. And a little bit more than that. That was what, 7? Okay, we need like a art card and we're good here. Wait, no, we're not. We don't. I forgot. Arash isn't gonna give NP on death. Dang. Well, we'll make do. Not really sure when we want to cast Guts. The ideal is to always have Guts go off on the final turn of its buff. That maximizes the cooldown. Oh, we've got heal boost for our heal. That's nice. That'd be super nice if you had the heal command code because you could spread it out and heal boost both of them. Okay, no point in healing yet though. It is time for the tank. We get double defense up. Actually triple defense up because of the CE. And then we get damage cut. If this was a male, we could have 5% more defense up. He probably would have taken 0 damage right there if it was a male. Well, well, well. I think we use... I actually think we art quick art. We probably... Well, let me see. Do we heal next turn? Kinda depends on how much damage I take right here. If he doesn't do really anything, then we'll save it. Yeah, I think we still save it. Crap, we did not get our NP. Now, I can Atlas, but I actually think I'll let the defense up come back and then Atlas. That means we'll get a bit fucked up here, but then I can heal it. Maybe I heal now? Just for the cooldown? Yeah, I think I heal now just for the cooldown. Got a little damage cut. Pocket mash. Oh, music's looping. I really don't know when to Guts. I'll probably do it next turn. Dude, if they would buff George's NP so it does 20% more damage just because the buff from like inherent damage up, and then they gave it anti-dragon damage like it's supposed to have, he would actually be doing pretty damn well here. I don't know, I'm not sure we guts yet. We need it to block an NP. And on the final turn of it, I think. The next NP we might be able to face tank, but I don't know, I kind of doubt it. That's what's going to get us though, is the NP. Okay, there's no reason to guts here. Or taunt here. Actually, I think that baby heal is better than the stars. We don't care too much about critting. I wonder if we have a dot clear. Let me check. Yeah, we do, the sheep. That's good. Let's... Okay, well, we're definitely first skilling. I don't think I'm going to use a quick card this turn, so I'll remove this. Shame I didn't get my NP there. Yeah, actually these command codes aren't half bad. The only reason they could be better is just because NA doesn't like, it's fucked up. Because like obviously the heal command code would be better, but yeah, these are pretty good picks. Like I'm gonna let that heal come back. And then Atlas it. If only George had a hard-hitting NP, at least against dragons, this would be awesome. Because look at how much time he's giving himself. Like if that was doing like 50k, 55k, it'd really add up. We're going to use it a bunch of times. I don't know, maybe I don't Atlas yet. I almost wonder if I should bring default. Because it's got to sync up properly. It depends on if I think I can block the NP or not. So on JP, there's the NP removal, NP buff removal. If you had that on George, he might be able to solo this, because then you probably could face tank the NP. Because the only reason we won't be able to face tank it is because of all the NP ups he's going to get eventually. Like sooner or later, that's going to end us. You also would need to like time it so you would heal right after Guts goes off. I think I can still do that. Damn. This is kind of risky, but I'll do it. He doesn't have an NP up yet, so I'm gonna try to face tank it. It is pretty cool seeing George take this little damage, though. Maybe I should have saved that. Yeah, I probably should have saved that. I think I need to use the NP on the turn that he's NPing me. Or the turn after, where like you heal back up after Guts, like you use your second skill, you had the heal command code, have the extra defense up so you don't take too much damage there. Because that's the problem, is how you deal with the NP. Oh man, he double NP'd up. I don't think we heal. I think we, especially because I don't have my NP. That means I should not have cast that defense up. I should have saved Atlas. That was a mistake. Because I whiffed the cooldown reduction, and there was no... The defense up doesn't matter if I'm going to go down to health, low health anyway. We're casting defense up right after going to low health here could absolutely matter. That's a pretty big fuck up. And if I got my NP, that means I would have been able to double defense up on the turn. Nope, never mind. I could have face tanked it. Fuck me. Shit. Well, now it's bad on the other end because I could have had defense up there, and I could have healed sooner, so the cooldown would come back sooner. Well, shit. Underestimating George. That means I actually cast Guts at the wrong time. This is actually pretty hard to play properly. I don't know, if I played properly, I don't know if that's going to result in us going forever and doing 800k, but we could have gone a lot longer than we're going here. And actually, on JP, with the better command codes and like his extra attack up actually gives you more NP gain too. I wouldn't shock me if there's a way to loop on this and just beat it. I should not have done that defense up, should have done it after the Guts. Although we're still behind now, it probably won't matter. George trying his best, can't say the same about the Master. At least he didn't kill me there. No point in healing there. Slight mistake there. Dragon, please. Well, at least we're not wasting Guts. Because we're getting down to the end, I think I saved my NP. It might be able to buy me a turn at the end. We'll see. The heal doesn't matter here. Hey, if I can get to 200%, that'd actually be good. I would have needed an art crit there. Oh shit, it's NP turn though. Oh damn. Actually, maybe I should have tried to live there. Fuck. Yeah, I think there's a way to do this, especially on JP, because you have all the heal boosting nonsense and the heal command code. I definitely think there's a way to get George to go infinite here. You have to think pretty carefully about it though. Yeah, if he comes back like that and you do the heal command code, you can have quite a bit of health right there. Yeah, I think there's potentially a way for him to solo that. Maybe even on an A. I'm not sure though. Oh yeah, we should use some people that are already on my friends list, because some people are putting up some cool stuff. That's really cool though. I respect the work that went into that, George. Very nice. Did that Taiga ever show up? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, they didn't. Because we got invite slots. Let's go with... We'll do, Attila. And then I'll use someone for my regular friends list, too. What do we got here? Phantom of the Opera. Alright, let's see if Phantom does better than Gilius did. What did Gilius get to? Was it like 900k or something like that? I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't that far past 1 million. He doesn't have his skill buff yet, does he? Not that that would make a world of a difference, but it would be something. Funnily enough, if George had buff removal, and you could do that to all those NP ups, that would actually make it pretty easy for him. The NP ups are definitely the problem. Do I want to cast Phantom's Star per turn skill next turn? Yeah. It means I don't have one turn of the defense down, essentially. Not a lot of Star Gen to be had. I'm hoping they don't kill, well. Oh, okay. So Stella hits all three. Bonk him! $19. What do I even do? Why did I bring Atlas? Yeah, chat. I gotta get those skills back. They're so good. Yeah, default would have been better. Pretty optimistic with Atlas and his skills. If this was a female boss, it actually might have been alright. Oh, we are just gonna get absolutely destroyed. He's gonna do way worse than Gilius, because Gilius's attack down was actually kind of nice here. Instead we have defense down to ourselves, so we die faster, where Gilius died slower. This is not even gonna be close, actually. How are you not gonna crit one time? Why did we even bother with the defense down if that... Okay, this is sad. Guys, let me just do this. So we get some stars. And then definitely die next turn. This is pathetic. This wasn't even close to Gilius, honestly. Even with default, like, we would have done a bit better. We'd probably live one more turn and we'd do more damage this turn. But even with that, we probably would have done worse still. We are absolutely not making it past 1 million. We'll make it to 1 million. Like, we'll make it past 1.1 million. No, we won't. No, what am I thinking? No, we absolutely won't. No, we did. Next year, we're technically in the million there. So, that was bad. That was really bad. And even with the Mystico and stuff, that would have been at tops like an extra, like, I don't know, 40k maybe between the extra turn and everything. So, close one, yeah. Alright, where is the guy we added, which was a dragon? Attila. Good old Cairo, right there. Might do Phantom one more time. Okay, I'm not seeing Attila, so we'll do Phantom again, and then we'll try to get Attila. And if I just can't get him, like, maybe he's not here anymore. Dragon, are you here? Because if he's not here, then we might not be able to get him. If other people are logging in, and he hasn't logged in like an hour, then it generally doesn't work. Oh, come on, game. You can't throw Phantom a bone here. Just give me like an art card or something. He needs 10 NP gain. Can I get overkill here? I got overkill on that quick card. It might get the job done. Nope. Need 3 NP gain. Alright, we got it. I'm gonna do the defense down. I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it. I'm actually not sure who makes more stars. Because normally it's assassins, but Araj has the star gen up. And they're both 3 hit count because, you know, this game is balanced. Wait. I don't think Phantom is a 3 hit count. Hold on. Is he 2? Let me look this up. Phantom of the Opera. Oh god, he's 2. What is fucking wrong with them? What is fucking... It's definitely Araj. It is definitely Araj. What a joke. What a joke. Yeah, between the extra hit and the star gen applying to each hit, that's definitely Araj there. Yes. The only reason he's better than Sanson is because he's got the star gen skill, but it comes with the defense down, so... And how did I not... How... You... Okay, we're just gonna pretend we got our NP there. By quick or quick art. I think I attack up. I don't think our crit chance is gonna get much better than this. If you can crit 1 time, I'll be okay with this. 33k. You didn't crit with either of them! We just spent all of that time trying to make crit stars, and you just like wander in here with your stupid cape and your untucked in shirt, and you fucking miss everything. It's cause he's, look at this guy, look at his portrait. He's cause he's not using his glasses. He's got glasses on, but he's looking over them. No wonder he didn't fucking crit. Why are you telling me to heal? Like I need backseating right now. Good God. Like, wow, I never would have figured that one out. Also, like, yeah, that's how we win, chat. As long as we heal here, we're totally beating the dragon. Can we quit now? We can use some NP gain. No, of course not. I just failed 50-50, like 40-50, 70, and I don't quit with any of that. Richard's also not buffing any, so we're just getting shredded. I might as well evade now because we're never making it through the boss's NP. Now we do 40-56. This really has been a bad run with the absolute lack of crits. Also, Richard just attacking a million times, and then the one time he buffs is when I had the evade. We're barely doing better than last time. At least I didn't die there. Why am I even bothering with that? This all does nothing. So in this fight, he had half a skill. His third skill does nothing no matter what. His second skill does nothing no matter what. His overcharge does nothing no matter what. And his first skill does defense down, which is negative. So he has like half a skill and then like no NP effect. He's basically just a generic stat stick, and a very low stat stick, by the way. So right now, we did do better than with, okay, we did like 30k, not even 30k better. We did like 20k better or something. I think we got to like 73k last time, I don't know, somewhere in there. So we barely did better. That was pathetic. That was pathetic. There's probably trash mobs that would do better than that. Whew! Alright, let's see if we can get Attila. And if not, we'll just add somebody else. Beastly with the blank. I'll reset twice and see if we get Attila. And if we don't, we'll just try to grab somebody else. That Cap'n though, can we get the animation update, please? He's got such a nice Caligula. Alright, let's add somebody. Sorry, Dragon, I tried several times. Wait, he only logged in an hour ago. Hold on, let's try that. Just like I thought it might be like maybe 2 or 3 hours or something, but like clearly not. What the fuck? There we go. Jeez. What does she want? Let me look at her kit. I think she's 2k foed, so the extra stats. That's good. Does she have... Okay, she's got her first and second skill buff, okay. She's got the heal. Do we have heal boost? We do have heal boost. I think Atlas. I don't know though, heal boost with the default heal is pretty nice, especially if I get that off twice. Because if she had hard survival, Atlas is a lot better, but because she doesn't have hard survival, yeah, I think default. I don't think it'd be a huge difference either way. The only bad thing about default is the dot and the buster down, because she's a buster unit, so maybe I should have done Atlas. She's got 17,000 health. I mean, the Dion stage is better than nothing, but it's definitely not as good as this stage. This was turn 2, I wouldn't have used Merlin because it wouldn't be back in time, but it's turn 1, so it's alright. And now I'm guaranteed to get my NP. Her shoes are pretty, dorky. I don't know how else to put it. She's got like wooden boats on her feet. Their sword is dorky, sorry Mars. Clown shoes, yeah. I want to not kill. It's gonna be a little difficult. Damn it, she killed it. That limits my ability to make stars now, because there's only one dude. Can I do both of their quick cards? It's a lot of stars if I can, but she might, if she crits, if either of them crit, it probably wouldn't work. I'm just gonna save scum if it doesn't work, because I'm a shit. Nobody crit? Oh my god, he's gonna kill it. Woo! Thankfully, Arash got a low attack stat. It's because her attack stat is so freaking high. That's the issue here. That only made 13 stars. That, well, you know, if it gets us a crit, it's worth it. Alright, Star Bomb. It's kind of a baby one. 70-70. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to double NP and do the attack up on the second NP, because then we'll have the defense down from the previous one. Come on, give us a crit. Yes, yes, there we go. We should be able to loop. Okay, I could do without that. I could definitely do without that. Quick art is guaranteed, but Buster art would probably work. Just in case he like triple buffs or something stupid, I wanna just absolutely make sure we get this. Damn. Okay, she is getting unbearably bad luck because he has never buffed and he's already crittered twice. That's pretty rough. So this is going to be a worse performance than normal. She's already doing better than Phantom though. Phantom would probably be dead right now. Alright, if we can get a lucky crit when we got defense down and double attack up. Actually, we'll have double defense down. So if one of these Buster cards crits, it'll be really big. 20 and 40 though, so our odds aren't great. 82k. Come on. Yeah, 55k. Hell yeah. If Richard could buff at some point instead of always murdering us, though, I would appreciate that. Got Merlin, so we'll do full NP gain. Wasn't for all the healing she was doing, she'd be dead right now. He finally buffed and then he just crit again. Oh boy, yeah, he definitely killing. If I cannot die this turn and evade next turn, that's really good. Then we can like get pretty solid value here. Just don't kill me, you son of a bitch. Come on, we almost got 5,000 health. Be merciful. Put the gun down, Richard. No! You... Okay. That's pretty annoying, because I could have then evaded the NP, right? Where if I invaded now, the NP would kill me next turn. And then I could have healed again. And we would have NP'd and we were going to have our first skill, our third skill again. So she could probably get to 600k. Maybe like 650. 600k might be a little optimistic, but I could see her getting to 600k-ish. It's respectable. Oh, hey, there's Taiga. That's from Fluffy. So he's not the one that was in chat, but we could use that one still. That's a big one. All right, what do we got here? Pretty sure Artoria Archer will just obliterate that. Crazy Eyes. She's being counterclassed, but it makes it interesting. Da Vinci is definitely one we don't use here much. Actually, I don't know if we've used her here at all. Alright, fine. I would use that Antoinette in a heartbeat if she was NP2, but it's gonna hurt. Like, being NP1 in a burst stage is not so bad, because you might only NP one time, or maybe 2 times, but she's gonna NP like 4 or 5 times. So, like, the damage difference is massive. I mean, we might just do it for the fun of it, but, that's so rough. When you got everything set up like that, but then your NP is holding you back that hard, like, it's not great. Alright, hold on. Let's do... We'll do her in a minute, but Lancers do so bad here. Let's do an actual unit. What does she want? She probably wants Atlas. Trying to find her on the list here, but there's just a billion casters and I can't find her. There she is. Good God, that took forever. Alright, oh yeah, she definitely wants... Wow, she has got such weird skills with the 85% chance instead of 80. So she really wants that, buff success chance command code, but unfortunately you all don't get that for, like... when is that? Is that your next summer event? That probably is your next summer event. It's not too far off, I guess. About a year. A little bit less, I guess. Yeah, definitely Atlas, though. If she gets good RNG, this will be respectable. If she doesn't, it'll be terrible. Robin can beat this quite easily.
これはいたぶりがいのある。しっけ、これでどうか。攻略しがいのある敵陣ですね。お任せ。はい。
We'll use the Antoinette next. Does she have her buff? I have no idea if that was 2 years ago. That's definitely like an iffy area. I remember making that animation update video for her though. That was a good time. Is there any reason for me to go for 200% overcharge? Yep, more MP damage. Overkill, let's go. We could do a archer just for the fun of it. No one's actually won today. We've had a few that got kind of far though. I'm not sure this is enough. Damn. That'd have been cool if we'd gotten 200%. Oh, I'll get 200% if I do an art chain. That'll work. I don't actually think we cast any skills here. We cast our first skill. And hopefully it comes back by the time we actually need the guts part of it. Come on, land the stuff. There you go. I'll cast my second skill next turn. Actually, I'll probably cast both of them next turn. We'll see. I guess I want the BB slot machine to do stars. It's actually kind of a cool NP though. I can get 50%. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough. I might actually save it then. Depends on if I think I can get it now without. Probably not. I think I cast it and then I don't do an art chain. The Da Vinci command code on Da Vinci. The flavor. Don't do the heal slot machine. Don't you do that. Be completely wasted. Okay, I got stars, good. Solid opening. I'm gonna do the slot machine first, because I mean eventually it's gonna proc the heal and mess up the heal boost. Oh yeah, she has crit down, doesn't she? That is so good in this fight. Stop us from exploding. Bonk. Good and tanking. I could cast our first skill again right now, and then it might come back at the end when we need it. I would whiff one turn though of the defense buff. Also, the NP gain, the NP damage buff is only one turn, so I don't think I do it yet. Do an art chain. I feel like she's made the 5 stars quite a few times. She's doing pretty good, actually. Yeah, her MP damage isn't the best, but AoE caster. Also, I didn't actually pay attention if she had her upgraded NP on NA or not. I have no idea. And NP2. Better than NP1 though. Okay, I could Atlas right now because we're NPing. Oh, this is awkward. I don't think we do that. It's actually kind of an issue though. It's gonna be difficult to line stuff up properly here. Okay, for the first time, I want the BB slot machine to proc heal. I feel like there's a lot of AoE casters we haven't really given a fair shake here, but I'll have to check. Now, this is a perfect... No, it's not a perfectly good time to do our first skill because we're not NPing and I'm going to invulnerability. So we still wait. I think I art chain. If I can NP next turn, we'll cast our first skill, and that would be really good. Yet again, it'd be a good thing if we procced the heal. We'd actually have double heal boost for it, which would be awesome. Come on! Yes! BB, you did something! Shame we didn't have our debuff immune up there, but not that big of a deal. I get my heal next turn, but it's at the end of the turn, so I can't have double heal boost for it, so I can use the heal boost now on BB if I want. Or, okay, I'm gonna do this. Because we're gonna get our third skill soon, so I think I can afford it. This is about as good as her NP damage is gonna get right now. Let's see what she gets. I'm gonna guess 45. Yeah, no, maybe more than that. 52, yeah, alright. Debuff resistance, that's worthless! There's no debuffs here! Alright, bang bang. We're probably gonna Atlas now. Yeah, definitely. Do I just art chain and guarantee it? Yep. Somebody crit, damn it. Actually, I think you can double heal boost that. Yeah, you can. Do I art chain this one? Yeah, I think so. 30% and 1,000 flat damage versus the BB slot machine. I'll go with the BB slot machine. Over the course of the fight, if it procs enough stars to be a few more crits or enough healing to be an extra turn, it's very worth it. Dude, if you could pick what the BB slot machine did, it would be so powerful. Even the debuff resistance can be really good on the right unit. If they have magic resist and stuff like that, and you can always get the debuff resist against fights where they do spam debuffs, that's actually really nice. Okay, I normally say, like, for especially low NP ranked AoE units at neutral, 700k is normally when I'd say they've done pretty well, and she's going past that, so, and she is level 100, but she's in P2, so I think this is completely reasonable. I'm not NPing right now, but I kind of need the defense up. Damn, I gotta cast it now. She missed the defense up. Fantastic. Yeah, she is doing better than I expected to. I knew she would do well, but I didn't think she'd do quite this well. She's not really getting lucky either. I feel like we've gotten the debuff resist thing from BB Slot Machine a million times, and we just missed our defense buff. We haven't crit much. We haven't been crit much, but we have crit down, so that's to be expected. Need to get the heal boost. Our only chance is after Guts. We have to like proc the BB heal or something. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think Atlas actually kind of did nothing because Atlas is just now hitting the second and third skill, but it's gonna be on the turn that we die. Yeah, I don't think we've used Saber Ult there. If someone's got one, that'd be something worth testing. I could cast my third skill to just block the debuff, I guess. It's not like we're gonna live 3 turns for each of the healing anyway. So she doesn't have her art up on that skill yet, because that's something they buffed her with. I think it's 20%. Yeah, it's 20%. Go away third skill. Yeah. Unless I don't want the stars until next turn. I want the stars next turn. I don't think it makes a difference. I think I'll make it now. So I gotta do heal boost. See if we can make some stars. Oh, we got 2 crits. That was lucky. I don't see how we're gonna live this turn. Well, we might. If we could somehow live 2 turns and we cast that again, it'd be so good. I can heal boost this, but that's about all I can do. Do I even BB slot machine? Nope. We'll be at 5,000 health. Man, if she had the heal command code, that would be pretty great. This is pretty neat, actually. I'm kind of a, even though I'm not a big Da Vinci fan, this is pretty fun. Having to think more than normal. But it's rewarding, too. It's not like, you know, nothing's happening. It's like the crit down matters, and the skills actually sync up in a pretty fun way here. Oh, right, it's only 1,500. Uh-oh. Well, just get lucky, forehead. So if BB needs to proc the heal, and then we do the heal boost, and then we heal ourselves. If that happens, we might actually live and get to do our first skill. And we have to not get crit, and he can't triple attack. I think if he triple attacks, we'll probably still die. BB, don't be a bitch. Just give us a hand here. 500 heal, come on. You stupid AI can't even win a fucking chess game. Maybe we live anyway? Eh? Oh, Jesus. At least we get our nice last stand here. We missed that defense buff twice in a row. It didn't really matter on that one, but I'm really glad we got lucky there. We got our last hurrah in. That healing, though, I tell you, that healing from her third skill, it added up. Because we used it, what, 3 times? And with the heal boost every single time, that is a massive amount of health that it gave us. And we absolutely would have died way sooner without it. We also would have died way sooner without the crit down. The crit down and the heal combined resulted in a lot of value. And that's why 100 Face can actually solo this. Which I just like to say is really impressive, because 100 Face is a fucking 3-star, so, and neutral, it's quite nice. Alright, well, you really couldn't get any farther than this. That was I think we played that right, and we did not get bad luck, so that was about as good as it's gonna get. We could have maybe gotten better luck with crits throughout the run and done more damage, but that's about as good as it's gonna be. Flat damage versus 20% crit, probably the flat damage. No, you know what? There is a chance that we heal boost and BB heals us and we actually live again. It's totally possible. Come on, BB. It's just, that's the same thing you did last time. We don't need debuff resistance. Yeah, that might have been enough. But if she had healed earlier, that one time she failed to heal and she healed there, that would have been enough that we would have lived right there. All right, that was really good, and she was NP2, so that was. I actually really enjoyed that. And yeah, that music actually fits Da Vinci kind of well. If I ever make a video for her, I might use it. Okay, we'll use Antoinette now. That was actually probably my favorite run today. Or probably use this Robin at some point in 1020. Just now starting the 2K foe. But we'll do. I said we'd do Antoinette, so we'll do that. Poor Attila. She could have done better. I seriously, that was fun. I liked that. That's almost video worthy, even though she can't do it. Like, that was just really interesting gameplay. She would do better with the heal CC, or CC. The only thing is there's a bit of diminishing returns with it because of her third skill, but it'd still be a net gain. She would still do a little bit better. But it wouldn't be as much better as some of the other units would do. Oh, there she is. I think Atlas for her. Let me look at this. I haven't used her in a while. I used her quite a bit though for the 4-star tier list video, and honestly, she actually makes an okay support when she's got all of her stuff. Oh, she doesn't have her buff on NA yet. That sucks, because she gets charisma essentially on her first skill. It's quite nice. Because what she gets 20% attack up for the team, she gets debuff clear for the team, she gets crit up for the team, she heals herself and is very tanky herself. It's pretty nice. Like, the attack up and the crit up together, and the debuff clear, that's pretty solid, honestly, for a support. But yeah, she doesn't have her first skill buff yet. That's weird, though. Let's see, when was that? Let me look this up. Like, I swear that was a while ago. It came with the strengthening 13. That's when they buffed. Oh god, that's when they buffed melt again. And yeah, NA's not at that point yet. When was this though? It was February 2018. Wait, what? Shouldn't she have it then? Cause if that came out on 2018 and we're what? I'm so confused. How do they not have this yet? Like it's 2021, almost 2022. Did we just not do the buff quests on this character or something? No, it doesn't have the icon. No, if I'm not looking at the NP buff, if it's taking me to the wrong thing, the wiki is wrong. I literally clicked the strengthening 2 quest that they have on the wiki for her skill. And so it's possible they're linking to the wrong thing because the wiki is, you know, the wiki. But yeah, I'm literally clicking what the wiki has. Let me see here. I think what it is when you click the first skill, yeah, it directs you to her first buff instead of directing you to her second buff. Which makes absolutely no sense. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what it's doing. It directs you to her first buff and not her second buff. What the fuck? And they don't even have the, okay, here we go. Here's the link to the second one. So the second one, God, that's so dumb. You click the first skill and it links to her old buff. Way to go, Wiki. So her second buff was Valentine's Day 2020. So yeah, that means you don't have it yet. So that was February 12th, 2020. So it's soon. Basically when Elden Ring comes out, Antoinette's getting buffed. That's basically what that is. So that's like in 3 months. A little bit less than 3 months. So, damn, that sucks though, because that adds up. Because she'd be able to cast it at least twice. And it's over 3 turns. That's a lot of damage. Especially with her NP only being 1. Yeah, it's the Zoomer event. I can see that because when you click the batch, it's a giant picture of Say's banner on the thing. That's what it links you to, so. I'm gonna try, excuse me, as long as I'm feeling well enough, when I'm done with FGO today, I'm gonna try to stream Dark Souls 3 again, and I'm gonna try to twink my stream settings to make it look better and stuff, because I think I can. And that's a good way to like prep for when I do stream Elden Ring. So I don't want it to look like shit. Alright, I like this opening hand. I know a lot of people like joined my stream right when they were like teenagers, like mid-teenagers, even young teenagers, and now they're like adults and shit. It's crazy. Okay, thankfully, even though this hand is bad, I get my NP anyway. I'm one of them, yeah. Lost, are you still here? Because I know Lost played FGO like day 1 on JP, so he's been in FGO for about almost 7 years now. So how old were you when you got into FGO, and like how old were you when you found my stream and whatnot? Because I know you got like, you know, a big job now and everything, like you're pretty far along now. What I'm saying is you're retiring tomorrow. I was 20. Oh, so you were already, that's right, you're a boomer with me, right? We were already we were already past the teenage years anyway. We have no Star-Gen. I guess I'll do the 1 Buster card, you know, it could do it. I'll do the art too. I don't remember how old I was when I got into FGO. I didn't play day 1, and I think I'm a little bit older than Lost, but not by much. I was probably like, shit, 20, like... No, I got into it a good bit after Lost though, didn't I? I don't know. I have to look. I have to look at like... I can find out by the banners, because I remember the banners that were going on when I got into it and stuff. I was decently into my 20s though. Alright, what am I doing? I am misplaying like a motherfucker, that's what I'm doing. I'm so used to these new school units that have like the turn limit on their skills. That's what I get for talking, not paying attention to the game. Yeah, she's old school, like Ku, just longer cooldown and you know whatnot. Now, when I got into Fate, I was younger because I got into Fate way before FGO existed. I got in pretty early. I got in before like Fate Zero had an anime. I got into it when Dean's Day Night was like, you know, new and shit. Yeah, I think me and Lost are the same there. Pretty much same time on that one. Okay, now we're doing it right. We're obviously whipping the heel, but it's worth it. That is such a big hat. And I'm pretty sure like her hair is in there. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Ridiculous, man. She's got like a fucking pillow on her head. I don't quite get my NP naturally. Let's do the quick card though. Little as damage as possible. Mushroom, yep. She was a Goomba all along. I can get overkill on that or just bang bang here. I could grab the overkill. Caster balls. By the way, her animation update was before Stenos and before Arash's, and NA has Stenos and they have Arash's, but they don't have Antoinette's. Alright, what am I doing here? So, we have heal boost. I want to do that the turn before I do my third skill. We do not have her first skill buff, so that means we don't have the charm anything, and we don't have the attack. That is, dude, she is going to be so much stronger here when she has that first skill buff. Because she's going to give herself an attack up multiple times, and she'll be able to charm this dragon. And because of her third skill, she's actually guaranteed to charm the dragon. Because right now, she can only charm males, but when she gets buffed, she can charm anything. It doesn't even have to be female, it can just be anything. That's going to be a massive value shift for her. Alright, I need to do heal boost next turn, but I don't have to do it this turn. Remind me to do this with her again when she gets that buff. Oh my god, this NP animation is atrocious. No wonder she got an animation update. Not only is the horse port terrible, but like what is she doing at the start of it? She like does her skill animation twice in a row. That is so bad. Whew, that is definitely one of the worst NPs from back in the day. That is truly terrible. I'm gonna put that in slow-mo the next time we do it. Really observe that catastrophe. Can you crit? We had all those stars and we missed two of the crits there. That sucked. We even had the crit up. That was odd. Well, I actually don't need to heal yet. Probably heal next turn. That was not better than Leo's. That was not better than Leo's is obviously less, like in terms of like the stuff they made for it, barely, but his looks significantly less stupider because he just does his skill animation once and then there's the particle effect. Where with her, she's just awkwardly doing it twice. That is one of like the worst looking things I have seen in this game. And that is saying something. There is a lot of garbage looking stuff in this game. Oh wait, I don't have my NP. Feels bad. We'll get it next turn. Yeah, Yuri Pirates could definitely use an animation update. They're just disappointing because there's two of them, but there's not. Alright, slow-mo time. Brace for impact. Look at the startup. Look at the startup. Like, she just does the same thing twice. And then she starts to do it again, and then does it, and then all of a sudden she's in that pose. She literally starts a third skill animation, and it just freezes, and then all of a sudden she's in a completely different pose. And there's not even a flash or anything. She's just suddenly in a different pose. And then the horse just looks so awkward, right? Like the horse is never moving, she's never moving, but they're like flipping back and forth, being mirrored and unmirrored. That is terrible. that is like, that's like a puppet show, right? You make you cut out like paper puppets, and you put them on like a fucking icicle stick, and you just like, you know, dance them around for 5-year-olds, right? That's pretty much what that was. Alright. Kinda sucks that our first skill doesn't do anything when it's gonna do so much once it gets buffed. I guess I Atlas now. Maybe I could have waited for that heal to come back and then done it again, because it's kinda gonna whiff. Yeah, I probably could have waited a little bit. So she's got the survivability, she does not have the damage. But that's where her first skill buff will come in, because she'll have a bit more survivability and a good bit more damage. So if she gets like NP2 by then, she gets the buff, if she happens to be NP2, is like, you know, get spooked, because you can get spooked by her anytime, so maybe gets lucky. She'll do a hell of a lot better than... I don't even know if I cast this skill. I guess I do, because I'm about to use my second skill again. Do I go for NP gain? Yeah. I'll take the 30% crit. Stars versus, nah, this does more damage and it's got 10% more crit. Just something crit, there you go. Oh, got a double. Oh baby, a triple. Mom, get the camera. Not like this! Not like this! I would've gotten it next turn anyway. I should not have Atlas when I did. I should have done this, her skill here, and then done Atlas, because now it's not gonna sync up with the NP and we're dead. That was a big mistake. And if I can't just hold it for that long. If I hold it for that long, it's just worthless. I actually have to reset. That's so bad. That is a huge mistake. That's like that one mistake I made earlier. That just shatters the run. That's what you call a throw. Didn't think that one through. Okay, more screen time for Antoinette. Actually, an Antoinette stream. I cannot wait in the year 2029 when we finally have Face Strange Fake Servants in FGO and we can do Richard versus Richard. That's gonna be such a thing. I will do that like day one of him getting added. Where be the girl? She's hiding in shame, or just doesn't want our dumbass to use her anymore. Game, you gotta work with me here. And before Richard takes the worst mats known to man, yeah, no one's got him 10-10-10 day one. And it could even be one of those servants that you can't get 10-10-10 day one. That mostly happens with new main story characters. It doesn't happen too much with event stuff, so it kind of depends if you gotta add it with it. What is going on? So Antoinette bailed. Alright, we'll do like one more, but I don't want to just sit here for 10 minutes resetting. Oh, there we go. Set it threatened. Right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna run to the restroom and get water and grab a granola bar. Gotta refuel for a moment here. 50 proofs per skill. He's gonna use Camelot medals because he's such a Arthurian legend fanboy, so that seems like an obvious one.
では本日の戦闘を始めましょう。
So chat, the gaming awards were surprisingly not a complete shit show. Like, you know, it's still kind of mainstream, whatever, but like, the Game Awards over the years have actually improved, right? They went from being like this joke, wannabe Oscars, to now they're like good, kinda, right? Like there's decent information. The few things they did that weren't directly video game related were still like in the sphere of video games, like the Sonic trailer, right? Sonic movies based on a video game, so like that makes sense, right? Like overall, it was decent. There was, you know, good information for a lot of different games there. It wasn't too bloated. Like, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, I still would say it's not worth watching, though. I would agree. I would say it's still better to just, after the fact, you know, look up the notes, you know, and watch the few trailers you care about on YouTube, and that's that. But, at least it's not an embarrassment to the video game industry anymore, right? And it's like, it's actually, like, decent for people that care. But yeah, it's still way better to not even watch the damn thing. The fun way to watch it is you watch someone restreaming it that you like, and then that way you have like the community talking and stuff as you watch it. That's way better. I actually don't have my MP right now. I forgot to... Oh god. Fuck. It takes so long to summon this guy because I don't think he's in chat anymore and he hasn't logged in. Everything that keeps trying that Lost keeps sucking. Like the Microsoft one is so bad. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the Google one will be good. That'd be awesome. It could make my life a lot easier. I could potentially make much higher quality videos. That would be nice. That would be nice. Oh, you're back. Okay, and there you are. Easy. All right, now we can do this for real. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was the Microsoft one. That wasn't the Google one. The Microsoft one, though, could potentially become good eventually. Just because it's a meme right now doesn't mean it's going to be bad forever. To be fair, FGO is not optimized for FGO. Like, let's be really clear about that. You know, FGO is a old Unity engine piece of trash that they don't even optimize. So it's not really that good of an expectation to expect other companies that aren't even directly related to it to actually have their stuff set up to run it well. Shit doesn't run itself well. I mean, for God's sakes, it doesn't even naturally support. You have to break terms of service and risk getting banned to get it to run at 60 frames per second. Even though it can run at 60 frames per second. Like, it's just, it's so silly. I don't actually want to kill one of these, so I think I just do... What if this kills anyway? If it's gonna kill anyway, I might as well do the chain. Alright, I don't think we'll kill. Antoinette, what do you got up your sleeve? She's got fucking rocks in her gloves. God damn it. Now I gotta get a little risky with the star gen. I'll just do the one quick and be happy with it. Strong homie. Okay, if only our first skill had its buff! Charm him, and then he wouldn't ping off my shield for longer, and I'd have an attack buff. Be awesome. God, look how just She just violently goes from her skill animation into sitting on the horse, just with not a single frame of animation in between. That looks so bad. I really am nominating this for the worst NP in all of FGO. Thankfully, she gets an animation update, and then it looks totally fine. NA doesn't have that yet, sadly. But yeah, I think that's worse than Leonidas. I think that's the worst NP in the game. That is really bad. Hopefully y'all get her, I bet you they'll give you her animation update in the Say event. That's probably what they'll do. Do I do art, quick art, or art, quick, quick? Probably art, quick art. I actually think her animation update's pretty solid though, so that's something to look forward to. I forgot to heal boost. Thankfully, we don't really need it. Doing the better combo is fine. Yeah, we could have gotten that tiny bit of health back, but overall that's fine. Doing the other combo might actually have been better. I'm surprised they didn't add Antoinette Alter yet. I'm really surprised by that. She probably will get added someday, but they're probably just in no hurry to do it. Just something in their back pocket. They're like, oh hey, if we see a good opportunity, we'll use it. I would like to heal boost, but I also want a quick chain. I guess I'll just art. That's a little weird, but I do want to maximize my healing. $21K. I seriously, I think she is going to perform really well here when she's like NP2 or higher and she has her first skill buff. I think it'll be pretty solid. Because she can live a really long time, and her buff will let her live even longer, and she will do even more damage. Like, that's an awesome buff. We might get Edgy Drake someday. They just have to use her in an event or something where she's relevant again. Because they didn't add UHZ as a costume until that was relevant. They didn't add, Testament, was that the name for Ilya? They didn't add that until it was relevant again. Like, they didn't just add it randomly. They waited until... Like, even though it was already in the game and the art was already done, they didn't give it out until they had, like, an excuse to. So it's the same thing for, air quotes, Drake Alter. I want my NP here, so I guess art. Man, if he attacked me, I could have removed those buffs and I could have saved the debuff clear, but I gotta use it now. Alright, I have to use my heal boost. Just Buster art, I suppose. Was it 7.7? Not too bad. I actually think people want Drake's Extella / Lost Vault 5 look more than they want Drake Alter. But I'm just pulling that out of my ass off just what I've seen. Because there's a lot of people that like want stuff but won't be vocal about it. So it's hard to say. Because like the Lost Vault 5 costume / Extella costume has kind of been in the public's eye several times. So there's reasons for people to go, oh, I want that, right? There's no reason for people to just randomly be like, oh yeah, I really want them to add Drake Alter, right? So you don't see that very often. This isn't going as well as last time. We've not crit as much, and we've been crit. I think we want the heal boost on a quick card. I'm almost positive that's better. Because I'm being forced to art all the time. Oh yeah, they had the Red Riding Hood for Antoinette. That never got added either. Imagine if we actually got costumes. So I have to somehow survive to get my second skill back, and then we have to Atlas it and get it back again. That's how we get max value. And last time we could have done that easily, but this time we're just getting bodied everywhere. I need the dragon to do something really stupid this turn, like double buff and do a normal attack, or triple buff. I'd be okay with triple buff. I don't know, she might end up needing default instead of this. Because the problem now is I'm not sure I can get it. Yeah, because her cooldown is... Fuck. I don't know what to do here. She needs her first skill buff, that's what it is. With our first skill buff, we could have cast it 2 or 3 times by now. And that would buy us the time we need to sync up our second skill for the NP. But there's just no way to sync it up with the NP. I think we have to hope for a miracle. No, there's no way. There's no way he's not gonna attack 3 times over 2 turns. I think we're just dead. Because if I cast it earlier and did Atlas, it still wouldn't work. Because then it would still be gone before the boss would NP and I still died of the NP. Yeah, we need our fucking first skill to actually charm. But that's not for 3 months, apparently. Well, it's a guaranteed loss if I do nothing. It's almost a guaranteed loss if I cast the second skill. Or, like, not getting nearly as far as we could get. Yeah, I have to cast it. This sucks. There's just no way to sync that up. I did it the other way last time and it was just as bad. Like, it won't sync up either way. We need to just get incredible RNG. There's a few things that could be better though, like the command codes could be switched around. That would help a lot. Maybe default instead of Atlas because the cooldown reduction doesn't do anything. The heal from the default might buy you time to just delay casting your vulnerability there. Yeah, we're dead. As soon as he NPs. We go boom. I was hoping she'd make it to 700k, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it could happen if we could have delayed casting that invulnerability if we didn't take so much damage earlier, but it'd still be bad though. I'd still be like whipping the cooldown for a bunch of turns. Yeah, I would have died before the NP if I didn't cast the thing. Why are you not buffed? Well, not a terrible showing, but the fact that I can't like sync that up properly and Atlas didn't do anything, so default would be better. Default would probably let us survive this turn right here because we have invulnerability, and then we would die the next turn. So we'd probably do a little bit better, and we'd have the attack up, so it would be a bit better. I don't know if it'd be 60k better though. Oh yeah, crit down's big, especially in a fight that long. Crit down is really big. Because with that many turns, you're getting crit at some point. And if it happens on a bad turn, like when you don't have invulnerability or whatever your defensives are, it'll really get you. Alright, we'll do that Robin Hood. I'll use Antoinette in the future though. Just remind me, it's gonna be a while. Obviously, she doesn't get buffed for until like February or so. But remind me to use her again, because I think she'll do a lot better. That's a big melt. Alan, where are you at? I swear he was here a second ago. And then FGO did F. There we are. Okay, so he is level 100, but he's not 2k foed. I mean, technically he is, but barely, so it doesn't really have any effect at all. That's not max level. He should still be okay because he's an archer, but this actually might be a bit scuffed. Let's see. What does he want? We've got poison command code. Bizarre. Weird that he has nothing on quick when he's level 100. Default or Atlas. I'm thinking default just because he benefits from buffs a lot. Like the way his gameplay is. Yeah, if the dragon was shielder, we would get to use sabers and lancers. All that nonsense. Oh, we can always use sabers, so we could use archers and lancers, excuse me. It being a class, though, like a normal class, is fair for berserkers. I wish there was a version of the dragon, though, that had single target attacks instead of AoE, because his cards have a lower multiplier, just like ours do. Like when we do an AoE NP, they generally will have a lower multiplier than a single target one, and it's the same thing for that dragon's normal attacks and Guadia. Like Guadia's hardest hitting attack is actually his arc card, because his Buster card is AoE, so it has lower like percents on it. It's obviously still a pretty high percent because it is a Buster card, but ultimately his art card is the hardest hitting one, and that applies to the dragon too. If he had a single target normal attack, it would do more, and that'd be cool for testing. We get our NP no matter what, so we care about stars. Try to keep that 3k health one alive. What can I do here? I want to not kill that thing, but I want to make stars. Do that. Put Robin in the front just so he does very little damage and we won't kill. Although he probably could have been actually in second or third place and it still wouldn't have killed him. Okay, double quick this one and then hope BB is merciful. Makes 5 stars, that'd be great. Overkill. Nope, debuff resistance. Every time. I agree with Shadow. We need animation updates for enemies, especially major like boss enemies that they use from time to time, that they can use in interludes and stuff. Make them look better would be really good for the game, actually. Like, you want to fight cool stuff when you're using your favorite units and having their cool animations, right? Like, makes the game better. Alright, I'm gonna Star Bomb because it's good to evade here, and if I get an art crit right now, it would be incredible. $40.90. If we actually double crit, we'll probably loop. So if the dragon's ever going to crit, I want him to crit now because I have evade. And we're trying to loot. 206. What's going to get Robin is the fact that he only has the evade. There's no healing command code, no healing skill, or any of that. We don't have heal boost. Hey, Bunny, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, man? Thank you for the 15-month drive-by sub. And I'm doing pretty well. Just smacking a dragon. I guess I Buster quick? Yeah, if BB makes the 5 stars and I get a lucky crit next turn, that's pretty worthwhile. I think BB did the heal. We hadn't really lost any health yet. We'd only lost the health from the poison command code. Do I want to do that 50? Yep, I'm gonna do the 50. If it crits, I think it's overall better, and it also it's another chance. For now, the heal is good, so the heal or the stars are good. It's only the debuff resistance that's bad. Okay, got the heal. Heal is basically double effective when you're counterclassing, so you're taking half damage. Like health is worth, each point of health is worth more. Like heal boost. Like this is why archers are kind of stupid here. The dragon is AoE attacks, so his normal attacks are lower than normal, and if you're counterclassing, you're cutting them in half. So all of a sudden the dragon is just doing no damage. And so if you heal boost and then do the heal, that's so much health, right? That takes him forever to get through that. That's why overall it's better at neutral, because then it kind of mimics the boss. Because here's the thing, when you're fighting a real boss, you're probably going to be counterclassing it, but a real boss is probably going to hit harder than this guy. So fighting this guy at neutral is kind of like fighting a real boss at counterclass, right? If that makes any sense. So that's why archers here are kind of just silly, but it's fun sometimes to just watch them go for. I have a lot of faith in BB apparently. Just do anything but the debuff resistance. All right. Heal next turn. So the next evade, I might not need to save for the next NP from the boss, because they might win before that. Yeah, we're tearing them up, I would say. Doing better than Billy, by the way, and my Billy was more upgraded. It's like Robin's better than Billy or something. Who knew? I'm actually going to save my first skill because it would just waste the attack down. And I figure there's no reason to do that, and I don't need the poison. Like, yeah, I whiffed the damage by not using it, but who cares? Okay, slight problem. We have no debuff clear. Okay, BB, for once, I want you to do the debuff resist so we don't get the dot. I don't really care about the buster down. I can live with that. Come on, BB. Yeah, the one time. Getting lucky. Didn't matter though. Shit. I think I just evade now. I'm pretty confident we'll kill before he gets his NP. Although I shouldn't have done this then, because I'm whiffing the attack down still. And again, I don't need the poison. Because poison command code is really good. That crit spread is not, however. I mean, BB did her part. Just, gonna work out after that. I got a crit. You might be able to win with the next NP. Maybe not quite. Art's more damage, but again, BB, slot machine, if I get stars. We'll just do the damage. That buster card's pretty sad with the buster down. It seems like a pretty big buster down. Maybe it's 30%? I feel like it's more than 20. Normally, if you want burst damage, you do buster NP art, but because of the buster down, I think we do the 3 of a kind thing. But like, we're just so outrageously tanky here. Because we're an archer, it's crazy. Very close to killing there. Well, he's dead next turn. Unless he triple crits me, and even then I think we would live. Now, if I hadn't messed up my first skill, we would still have attack down right now, and we would just be super safe. But I'm ready to zeet the app because I don't want to lose this. Because of the Buster down, we actually might not kill him here. And just like, because we've used the Buster card like 4 times since we got it, so between all of those hits, that's quite a bit less damage. Yeah, he's not dead yet. We had triple crit maybe. Well, he's super dead next turn if we don't die here. If he triple crit us, we actually might die because of the dot. Nah, we're okay. And like I said, if I played correctly, we'd still have the attack down. Alright, he's dead now. Woo! Alright boys, I think I'm gonna switch to some Dark Souls 3 because I really wanted to stream that again and see if I can tweak my stream settings to make it look better, because I kind of need to play around with that. And we got 3 hours in for FGO, and I enjoyed using chat units quite a bit there. I'll be doing some more of that soon actually, because there's so little going on in FGO right now. The JP event is the worst, man. Not a fan. But for those that are just here for FGO, thank you for hanging out. I think we're gonna switch over here. Give me a second though, I gotta do the stream title and I gotta adjust some stream settings too. And then I gotta put some tea on, I think. I'm not coughing all the time. Alright, I'm gonna reset the stream so the VOD's separated, and then I'm gonna, yeah, I'll do what I did last night. We'll do a little PvP, a little PvE, we'll just mix it up as we go. But give me 1 second, I'm gonna reset the stream, and I gotta twink some settings real quick, so it'll take like a little bit longer, but not that long.